history, it has happened that more than 300 warplanes were used just to remove a single leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, from the way. But the question is, how does Tehran, the highly defended capital of Iran with strong defense systems, come under the range of this attack? Israel launches more than 200 fighter jets for the biggest aerial combat operation in its history. At the same time, the United States uses dozens of Tomahawk cruise missiles and HIMARS launchers from its warships. More than 500 military installations inside Iran are targeted. Along with Israel's 200 warplanes, the United States also brings 125 warplanes, which include F-35 and F-22 Raptor. The leadership of this attack is carried out by Israel's F-35 and America's F-22 Raptor, which first jam Iran's radar systems. This attack happened at the time when an emergency meeting was going on in the office of Iran's supreme leader. Now it is certain that at that time Mossad agents were present on the ground who confirmed that Ayatollah Ali was inside the office, and the strike was initiated. The mind-blowing thing is that in just 24 hours, the United States and Israel used more than 1,200 bombs and missiles against Iran.
In Iran, you can get arrested for walking a dog and then they can take your dog away because according to Islam, dogs are najis, which means unclean. In Iran, you will get arrested, not can, will, if you're a female solo singer. It is against the law. In Iran, not that you have to wear hijab, but if your hijab is not to the liking of the regime forces, they can push you forcefully into a van and take you to jail. And then things that happen in those jails, let's just say that they're not ethical. In Iran, you are not allowed to change your religion or choose your religion. If you do so, you will be executed. In Iran, they would line us up as children, force hijab on us, and force us to chant death to America. I mean, I wouldn't call that school. I would call that a cult that is trying to brainwash children into a terrorist mindset. In Iran, there are stations with regime forces, and they can stop your car and see if the person next to you is a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or you're married to. If you're not married to them, you can get arrested. In 5 years, imagine that a Big Mac went from $6 to $600. That's exactly what happened in Iran. Well, roughly, I think it's even more than that. And everything I'm telling you is not even the worst thing that's happening in Iran. Every time people request a regime change and they start to protest, the regime shuts off the internet and starts shooting people with military-grade weapons. Children. Regime forces in the past 2 to 3 weeks have killed more than 50,000 people. So yeah, if you have opinions about how Iranians should feel, perhaps you should go to Iran, live with the regime, and maybe raise a child or two. And then we can speak about it.
Go! Done! Back up. Go! Back up. Go! Okay. Muhammad! Go! Back up. American. It's okay.
You're fine? Really? You need something to help you? No problem, you're safe. You're safe. Everything good? No problem. Thank you for helping us. Everything perfect? Oh! لازم نفعل المركز. Oh my God. Whoa! Oh my God! Yo! No way! No way!
How did the CIA and Mossad manage to track down the Iranian supreme leader's secret compound? It all started around 8 in the morning. CIA tracked some high-level Iranian leaders at this building right in the heart of Tehran. U.S. intelligence shared a critical tip with their Israeli counterparts. For months, they had been quietly hacking into Iranian communication channels using Space Force low-orbit satellites. But pulling off a strike isn't that simple. In the first wave, they had to neutralize a larger number of Iran's anti-air defense systems. This critical step cleared the airspace for a massive strike force of around 200 Israeli jets. But this area is highly fortified, so how do you destroy a deeply buried target like this? Well, they use bunker busters. Their delayed fuses punch through deep concrete before detonating. This is part one. How exactly did Israel and the United States manage to assassinate one of the most heavily protected men on the planet? The answer? An unprecedented joint operation. For months, the CIA and elite Israeli units waged a shadowy intelligence war. Using a web of surveillance satellites, intercepted comms, and human spies, they mapped Ayatollah Khamenei's every move in absolute secrecy. Utilizing a sophisticated web of low Earth orbit surveillance satellites, intercepted encrypted communications, and highly placed human assets deep within the regime, they painstakingly mapped Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's every movement, security protocol, and daily pattern. The vulnerability, the Pasteur Street Summit. The critical breakthrough came when American intelligence identified a fleeting yet massive vulnerability, the highly classified Morning Summit. Top-tier Iranian military commanders, security advisors, and political officials were converging on the heavily guarded Pasteur Street compound in the heart of central Tehran. Shielded by layers of urban infrastructure, elite guard details, and what they believed was an impenetrable umbrella of state-of-the-art air defenses. Like the homegrown Baver missiles as well, the S-400 radar system located all over the city. The leadership gathered in a false sense of absolute security. Here comes part two. How many aircrafts were involved in taking out a single target? The focal point of the operation was Beit Rabari, Khamenei's highly secure official residence and centralized office compound located in the heart of downtown Tehran. While they used around 200 aircrafts, the localized strike on Beit Rabari was the anchor of a massive, flawlessly synchronized aerial campaign. Flew all the way from Israel with flying oil tankers, the largest military flyover in its history. The Israeli Air Force deployed an armada of approximately 200 fighter jets equipped with GPS bunker buster bombs. As stated, he was actually occupying a shallower subterranean facility, the free-falling guided bomb, which the IDF deployed as the munitions.
Iran has attacked 15 nations in the Middle East in the last 72 hours, many of which were not involved in operations. That's more than Israel has attacked in 50 years. In the coalition right now, we have Iran on one side with the Houthi, Hezbollah, and to a degree popular mobilization forces like Hamas engaged with Iran. On the American side, we've got the United States and Israel. Israel launching more planes and weapons than the British ever did to help us in Iraq, which is very interesting. But we've also now got joining us in defensive operations Bahrain, Canada, the Kurds, France, Germany, Greece, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Syria, the United Arab Emirates, and the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom and France had decided to stay out of it. In fact, the British would not allow us to launch our aircraft from Britain. The French would not allow us to fly over French airspace. The Iranians, nonetheless, decided to blow up a French naval base in Abu Dhabi and launch missiles at British intelligence operations in Cyprus. So the British and the French are now engaged in the fight, with the French now sending an aircraft carrier and the British now sending planes. All of them in defensive positions. The United States and Israel are on offense going into Iran. The British, the French, and all the Arab partners are on defense, stopping Iranian missiles and drones from leaving Iran. Jordan playing a very big role intercepting Iranian missile technology flying into Israel. The Jordanians and the Israelis coordinating quite closely together to stop the attacks on Israel. Massive waves of missiles from Iran. In fact, as I'm talking, the Iranians have launched another wave towards Israel, and nothing they've launched in this 12th wave have been able to get through because the Iranians are being stopped by the Jordanians.
So that was a long clip for an opener. So welcome back, guys, to what, episode 15?
Yeah. I didn't even. Yeah, 15. Yeah, we back. We were episode 15 now. Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Late Night Line.
How they
Yeah.
do, everybody?
What's
We're
up?
going through tough times right now, but that's just how the world is going right now.
Yeah.
We on the brink of World War III.
Yeah, we
Sad to say.
Do you really think so?
Dude, one attack caused 15 different retaliations. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I didn't even know there was so much involvement. So you
And then
played
we
this
got
clip.
Russia and China that's possibly going to jump into this too. It's gonna. This might be it.
Nah, I don't think so.
We always got to pray that things go in a different direction, but this could get ugly.
I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna get ugly.
First thing I want to point out is the narrative that the lady was set out to against Iran. You know how they were, how they treat the people. I'm not sure. I don't know if you ever heard of the propaganda before war. You only see one side. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, okay, that piece right there, when that really caught me, that it seems like they tried to set a narrative first before they showed you what was going on.
No, I picked those clips. I picked those clips.
Oh, okay, all right. Sorry, all right then. So
yeah,
that person right there, if that was like that, it was like they was trying to set a narrative on how Iran was treating their people, and then those clips came in after. All right, so that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. So I just picked both clips from on like both sides. You know what I'm saying? So if you see, I picked clips like they was screaming "Debt to America."
Yeah,
so I just picked clips from both sides and let people explain the story. So it wasn't like, yeah.
So I've been following this closely, not closely, but you see on social media, everybody has their opinion, and there's a lot of people saying stuff. I came across something interesting about how it was a strategic move. So they said in the last couple months, this was been in play for years. If you're going to get close to somebody like that, you were already in their camp. Somebody trusted, you know what I mean? Somebody well trusted to know your every move. That's how the CIA worked. So somebody knew his every move, somebody that he trusted for years. It wasn't months. And they were saying like how this was strategic about taking out, Venezuela first. It all has to do with weakening Russia. Now I seen something like that. It was it's like it's a chess move. It's not it's not a checkers thing where it just happened overnight. But I've seen a clip where they said that everything that U.S. is doing is trying to weaken Russia's resources, some way somehow, because where they get the oil from, Venezuela, whatever they buy from Iran, all the stuff that they buying, to help them out, to advance them, to get them ready for World War III. So yeah, that was my little take on it.
I like your view because it leads into the strategy that they use. Venezuela.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how Mexico plays into it because they did take out Mexico first before they went over there. So that probably got a big thing. I think Mexico had something to do with it first. So I think they wanted to slow down Mexico first before they attack because they want
to make sure they can move freely between Mexico and Venezuela, between here and that's you got to move through Mexico to get there.
So because they got a list where Venezuela first, Mexico, then over there. So it's crazy.
I don't think Mexico plays into that because
I think so,
they already control Mexico. I think Iran and the former Venezuela were controlled by Putin and that side. They were heavily influenced by them. So I think they were more important than Mexico
Yeah.
when it comes to
True,
that.
but
Because they were friendlies. Mexico is more of a friend to America than Venezuela and Iran was, or still is till now.
But you got to think, everybody that's here, all their cells, they came through Mexico. They didn't come through Canada. They
Yeah,
came through Mexico. Everybody that's here already to set off whatever they're going to do, they came through Mexico. So I
so
think Mexico's pretty neutral.
yeah, it is. But I think Mexico was a precursor to let people know they ain't playing around.
Yeah.
So it's like so see how Venezuela was a demonstration and they took out some of the stuff. Then they did it again in Mexico. Well, they didn't have. All right, so they were hands off in Mexico, but the strategic, the way how they went about it, showing like, yo, we could spot anybody. I think that was a strategy that they used to show like, hey, we coming. But like you said, I was listening to them, and they were saying that they started moving people out the way, like in certain places. So
if you look, you could see it.
yeah. So I'm like,
it's usually a playbook that they use.
so one thing I did find out was this, right? Does this have anything to do with the cuts in jobs? Because companies started laying off a whole bunch of people because they kind of know something
What
big
kind
was
of
coming down
jobs
the
are you
pipe.
talking? What kind of jobs?
No, they had a lot of layoffs. They had
what kind of jobs in Pacific?
I'm not too sure. I know a lot of people been getting laid off. You know what I'm saying? So that was something I kind of like why companies started cutting back. But that was one thing I started looking at is like because once you start going into war and stuff,
you don't want to be around when that happens.
Well,
yeah, you got to cut down on your employees so you stay lean.
Yeah. Hey, another thing I noticed too is that they trying to boost the oil prices.
Yeah.
Now they
that's
control.
price gouging. That's price gouging because you remember all the gas.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying though. Now they control the biggest oil reserve in the world now, and Trump promised to turn around Venezuela, but he needs money. If the oil prices skyrocket, they can sell that stuff in Venezuela at a higher price and make way more money on it. And of course, Cuba is going to be involved because they're getting choked out. Even Mexico has stopped delivery oil to Cuba as well. And well, we know Iran and all these other countries were using that Venezuelan oil to China, and they were going to use that to attack Taiwan. So that was one of the reasons why that Venezuelan oil was very important. A lot of people don't really look at what the oil was being used for, but it's basically all countries that were going to attack the United States. So you take out one guy, Maduro, and it kind of crippled a lot of things. And it wasn't, like I was telling people, it wasn't about the money. It's about controlling where the oil goes. And I think that's one of these plays you've seen right here working out, You've seen the same play. They got CIA agents on the ground in Iran, just like they did and we talked about this last week, right? We was wondering how much intelligence do they have? The supreme leader got took out 10 minutes into the war.
They knew exactly where he was at.
And took Maduro with his team, even knowing he was missing. They literally called him to tell him, yo, we got him. Yeah. So what they're kind of doing is showing like, listen, man, we don't care who you are. You could be cartel. You could be, we know we can find you.
Yeah.
and that cartel dude they took out is probably one of the real dudes that's actually running Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people say go beyond the president or was the president over there, prime minister? What is it, president?
President.
The lady?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people saying that the cartel's the one that put her in office.
Yeah, well, you can clearly see. Remember, I asked you last week. I said, "Well, who's really running it? If they're just going around killing people because they killed the whoever they killed last week, and they were just running around killing people just to make a statement." You know what I'm saying? So if they can just run around and kill people at will, who's really running the show out there? You know what I mean? It's not really not the government. You know what I mean? If they can't really stop them from doing such, or they don't have no fear of the government to actually for their consequences. Who's really running it? Is it the cartel or the government? I think it's a 50-50 split.
Yo, it's crazy how they targeted the leaders around, because as
Cut
soon
the
as
head off the snake.
they were getting ready to appoint another leader, they took them out too.
Took them out too.
Right.
Cutting the head off the snake.
One of the things that they were saying, they had enough uranium to create a missile. So they when I was listening to the press conference today, the intelligence showed that they were going to attack first. That's what the media was saying, right? I'm not calling on, but that's what they were projecting. They were saying, hey, even though we hit them early last year, or whenever we hit them the last time, when we hit them the last time, they went back and they got more stuff to build certain weapons. You get what I'm saying? So
right, because I'm assuming Russia is assisting them with some of that stuff too.
Yeah. So and that was one of the things. So man,
so you think they had to retaliate in order to take that, to bomb that again?
Hey, let me tell you one thing I always learned in American history. We take it to them first, so they don't never got to bring it here.
Well, that's the thing, because you can say what you want about America. I think America got the greatest intelligence in the world. They can infiltrate any culture, any nationality, any race. They can adapt, figure you out, and then gut you from the inside out. And they do it all over the world.
Not to interrupt, but did anybody see the president of China, his statement? I don't know if he put it out a few years ago. He said, we know America. He said, we'll never strike first. But if America strikes first, he said, we'll never let you get the second shot off.
Yeah, they're gonna strike other countries first, but they ain't gonna strike America first.
Yeah, so no, and he was just saying that he was pretty much saying that they're well ready for United States. Because
I don't think so.
China is the only. China is the only. I think. Okay, China is the only competition, I would say, or competitor of United States that I think that will instill a little fear in the United States from the leaders.
Yo,
is Toya on? Is she on?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Oh,
I'm just listening. I have nothing to offer. I don't like war. I don't like the sound of bombs. I don't like none of it. Nope. It's kind of scary.
Part of life that we
I'm
never
trying to
really
make
experienced.
plans with my sister to go on vacation, and now she's like, well, I don't want to go. Look at what's happening.
Well, Caribbean should be okay by now. South America. Stay away from Venezuela. You go down further north, further south. But yeah, look, I mean, this war is going to interrupt a lot of travel. People are not going to go places right now because, listen, you think about it. If you leave the country having an American passport, you can run into any type of issue.
So if you look at the media, they have a phone number telling people in certain countries, if you're stranded, call this number. So people abroad, they're trying to come home. So they're basically telling you not to travel, and they're basically telling you stay put.
Well, the situation with these 15 countries that got attacked and they're telling people to come home, all those airports are shut down.
Yeah, but they got ways to go in and get them.
Yeah, so a lot of them can't get out. I saw a couple of things on that where they were
they can't get out, but they have planes, and they show these in movies where they have extraction point. They tell you that. Trust me, so they going in the dark of night. They break. It's like it's. I don't want to say it's like they can't demonstrate it, but they going in and coming out without permission. You get what I'm saying? They're going in and coming out without permission, and they could do that pretty quickly. If they did that in Venezuela, where they could fly in, jam signals, get in, get out, they've been doing that for years, so they could get in and get out fast as hell.
Well, these are people that's in other countries. They're not in.
It doesn't matter what country it is. They going in and coming out.
Yeah, usually they have special planes for citizens to take off, but man, that's just a scary situation all around.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyhow you look at it, man, it's World War III finna start. Like
I
this is
don't
going
think
to
it's gonna get to
escalate
World War III.
because here's the thing: when Iran starts, they're going to keep shooting at the allies of America. They're going to keep shooting and doing stuff in order to bring people in because they know the more people come in, the better chance they have.
With what?
Because they trying to,
With what? They gonna run out of ammo before anything gets started.
No, well, they getting help. Gonna get help from China and
Yeah, they get help from
Russia.
China.
Russia.
Gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
No.
Trust me, it ain't gonna
No,
work.
we know it
You
ain't
know
gonna
what?
work.
From my understanding, I thought when they hit all these different countries, it was like American embassies that they were targeting.
They did.
Yeah, that's what they did.
They were
for the most
targeting
part.
American embassies. Yeah.
I think Dubai got hit. A couple buildings got hit.
Yep, Dubai.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
You
yeah,
know,
for the
my
other
peoples
ones,
had just left Dubai last week.
Yeah.
Thank God they made it home.
Yep. So it forced a lot of people because they is like UK got hit. They didn't want to help out, and they were showing some of the countries that didn't want to help out, and they got hit. So now that they got hit, they in there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So now it's like this,
and that's what I'm saying. That they're gonna keep hitting people randomly that they know. Oh, you used to be at US, used to be friends with them last year. Boom, boom, boom. They gonna just keep hitting until they find somebody to retaliate because they ain't doing good right now. So they're looking for a fight. They don't care.
As you said that, P. That's how when I was in Hartford one time, I almost got shot. I went to the club, right? And the Spanish dudes were used to go out with against the black dudes. And the dude remembered me. The Spanish dude's like, ain't you that dude was with that other dude? Click, click. I was like, yo, I don't got nothing to do with that. But yo, that's how life be, yo. But I get you.
Yeah. Yo, if I got one Scud left, one Scud missile, and I'm firing it off somewhere. Boom. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. We at war. You know what I'm saying? We at war, man. Like, hey, it ain't gonna get better, man. It's gonna get worse a lot before it get better.
It was written.
And we probably in a couple of days of this is gonna go on at least a couple of weeks to a month.
Yeah, I think they call it like a 14-day war.
Man, ain't no such thing.
It can go for years, bro.
All right, man. Yeah, look at Russia and Ukraine.
They don't have so those two countries don't have the ammunition to keep up with war.
Which two countries?
Russia and Ukraine.
But why you think these manufacturers they're not going out of business at all? The manufacturers.
That's the point right there. Yeah. You called it. You nailed it. That's the point right there.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I just got hired at a place, and what I found out what we're hauling is I don't know what it is. They said they burning for energy. That's all they told me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is an everyday run. Out of state, come back in state, out of state. They said it's a constant run.
More time effort.
7 days a week, but I'm only working 5.
Yep, more time effort.
Hey, and they say they burning this stuff for energy. So I'm like, okay. And they was like, I got hired the other day. I was like, okay. I'm wondering in the back of my mind, what are they burning for? Why is it 7 days a week?
Yep. So
20.
Go ahead.
Stuff got to get replaced. You see these 3 planes that got shut down.
Yeah. So manufacturers
all these places like that right now is probably running overtime back.
Overtime right now, yeah.
It's crazy, Somebody got to replenish whatever they lost.
So one of the things I think too, where this is my opinion, right? And let me put it like this: I think the stockpile of wartime material that they have, I don't think that they were planning to go into any kind of war, but I think since they gave Ukraine so much of it, they got to get out the old stuff in order to use the new stuff. You know what I'm trying to say?
Man, I think the old stuff been going a long time ago. Man.
They've been stockpiling for a couple of years. They said
I know, but
the
still,
stockpile is low because they gave
sell that
Ukraine
old
so
stuff.
much. So it's like this. They don't stop building missiles and stuff. So if they stockpile for years, they just clearing out all the old stuff to bring in the new stuff. Because when you listen to the news, they always said they use new technology that no other country has seen. So if you notice, when those planes are going down, they're exploding. They're not just exploding because they crash. It's because of the technology that's on there. So they're blowing up these billion-dollar planes. So once they hit the ground, and them just exploding. So when you listen to the news,
they kind of self-destruct.
Yeah, because if Venezuela said they use technology that nobody they never seen before, they said they used it on some of those people. Yo, they got some technology out there.
Oh yeah,
that because even the AI company, I think it was Claude, they were trying to get the government to sign off on certain stuff because I was watching some surveillance video. They had technology with drones burning down trees. Technology nobody ain't seen before, and it was like, yo, that's a drone. Yo, with like, I can't remember the terminology.
Do you remember under the Obama administration when the kid here from Connecticut put the gun on the drone, and he made a YouTube video and he got called down to DC?
Yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah,
and that I remember when that happened. I was like, oh, and next thing you know, because they wanted to know how he did it.
But that was out there though. That was out there. He was the only one that was out there because I seen stuff like that way before that one came out. But he just happened to build it because those templates are out there. So most of that stuff are like military. That's why you see a lot of these new the people that fly the planes. They're high. Yo, the one that was mainly important was the kid from, I think it was Boston, that young military dude that was giving away the information, those drone pilots that they wear the goggles that fly the drones and stuff like that. These young kids, they're like 19, 20, 21 that fly the drones. They're making a lot of money for the military. And I think they were, one of them gave some secret information away and they caught him at his house. But yo, these young kids are making a lot of money just flying those drones. So I remember that was the one where the guy I think he was giving away intel to some, but I could be wrong as far as the real specifics, but they caught him at his house though. But
yo, I think that's some of the stuff that Troy be doing. I don't want to go too deep about it.
Air Force. Yeah.
What up, Brandon? What's good with you tonight?
Good evening, gentlemen. Do not let all of this distract you from the fact that some Epstein files still need to be completed.
There you go, Brandon. Bring us back down to earth.
What you drop? Drop that.
Go ahead, brother. Bring us back to earth.
I mean, Epstein file or not, we still on the brink of World War III.
Anything so those don't come out.
All of that is over there. I'm in Connecticut. Ain't nobody dropping nothing over here. We good.
Hey, we on the coast, man.
We on the coast, but guess what? They'll get New York before they get Connecticut. We'll be all right.
Yeah, we just never know. Life can change right overnight, bro. Life can change in the blink of an eye.
Listen, we ain't got the Iron Dome like the people over there, but we'll be all right.
Nah, they got them. They got them. They don't got us strategic like that, but they got spots to stop missiles from coming in. They got them. Not Iron Dome, but they got these things to capture them in the
they got they
got stuff to counteract them because
But if that's what Pratt and Whitney is working for, go for it.
Oh, they build planes. They build planes.
Not messing.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Well, they make them planes.
But there's a lot of companies in Connecticut that build military stuff. I can tell you that. You're the engineer.
They build some stuff for the military too.
The submarine base in Groton.
Yeah, there's a lot. Not only the top ones. There's a lot. They don't. They're private.
You remember when V worked for the place in Newington, the company
Yeah.
next to me, they used to
Aquatrans.
make some of the bolts and parts for Pratt and Whitney too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a lot of companies that
A
help
lot
do
of
that.
them in Connecticut.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Hey, let's be quiet because now you're making a target on our back. You feel me?
They got Sikorsky down there. They do all the choppers and
Yeah. We good. We good,
I mean,
bro. We
just
good.
like any other company, any other country got their own CIA. They got their own CIA working
Yeah.
out here to do. They know what they want to hit. I mean, let's not be naive to like we can't be touched, but they do the same thing we do. You know what I mean, they got their own intelligence, gathering information on what they want to take out, what's valuable to us that they need to take out.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
I just hope we're well protected like they say we are.
Boy.
I don't know, man. I just
I
know
don't want
life,
to find out.
life
Me
can
neither.
change in the blink of an eye. That's all I know.
True. One thing I liked about the video that I played, in that video, that was a lady flying the plane.
That was a lady?
One of them, yeah.
Yeah.
The one with the
Second
missile
clip?
that was flying behind
Yeah,
you?
yeah. One of them was
The
a
one
lady.
that came out in a parachute, that was
Yeah.
a young girl.
Yeah, that was a lady.
Yo,
That was a lady.
whoever was voiding that missile, that was the most dynamic thing I ever seen, bro.
See, like from what they're saying, it was the defense missiles that shot the plane down because they thought I think Iran shot missiles into those areas at the same time. So the defense mechanism mixed it up type thing. So it wasn't like they physically shot it down. It was the defense systems from those countries that shot the planes down. Yeah.
I was talking about the plane that got away from the missile. Did you see that?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. They were showing the plane escaping the thing.
Yeah, I saw that one.
They got the heat detectors that let off the things. They know how to beat them junks,
Yeah, I saw that one yesterday.
That was crazy. Even though if it hit them, it don't blow up right away. Some of them jump out. They tell them how close it gets before they could eject.
Yeah, I think they got
all those pilots survived. They all ejected.
Yeah.
So,
but that's crazy. I just wanted to point out, that was a young lady in that plane. So, when I looked at it, I was like, she was fearless in that plane. When she touched the ground and they do run up and tell her she's safe, I was like, I'm thankful because she made it, but that's a whole different war. In the air, they run stuff, but when they hit the ground, you see how they corner that guy. And it was so funny. All he had to say was, I'm American. You notice they didn't attack him? He was like, I'm American. They was going to hit him, and he's like, I'm American. The sound of just saying that damn word, that people ain't even attack you. He was like, American. I'm American. They just backed up. Speaks volume.
Yeah, I mean, they're well trained on what to do, what to say. They it is what it is, and thank God it worked for him.
Yeah. But any closing thoughts on this one, Brandon? I know you said the Epstein files, but
this fool said he don't believe in forever wars. This better not be forever. I didn't agree with it in the first place. This second time he done something without authorization from Congress. Get him out of there.
Nah, I agree with him, bro. I agree with him.
Why? Let me hear.
Let me tell you why. Right?
Let me hear.
At the end of the day, right? We would have been slow roll into getting shot the hell up, right? By these. They said they had intel that they were going to attack. Right? If you leave it up to the Democrats would let them, they're everything Trump do, they are saying no. You know what I'm saying? If it's a war, go back any regime, Obama, before Obama, because I can't say what Biden did. Obama, everything. Obama did the same thing. He didn't go to Congress. I'm gonna put it exactly. Apples for apples. Obama did the same thing. He ain't go to Congress.
Yeah,
what happened? Trump is doing the same thing Obama did.
Who did he bomb? I can't remember.
Either.
Huh?
Who did he bomb? I can't remember.
When he went over there and killed bin Laden?
Oh, Bin Laden, the same dude that did 9/11 and got away with it, but didn't.
Yeah, that was
We
more like
talking about
operation.
Iran. We talking about somebody that BB the bomber, the Israelis trying to drag us in this stuff because they said, hey, we're gonna release them files telling what you did. No, these are the same people crying victim, and yet you have your own state and you're able to take out this person, that person, and we jump in it like some dummies. Nah.
No, they bombed them earlier because they broke the treaty. They had uranium or whatever. They had enough to build a weapon, right? Obama signed a bad deal, right?
Yo, ain't that the treaty deal that Trump pulled us out of in his last term?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember the exact exact one
he's
because
the one
there's a
pulled them
lot
out of the deal.
Yeah, so
and that's what gave them they started advancing on the
exactly
right.
So they bombed it they bombed it sometime last year or the year before.
I remember that.
And they went back and built it again. So after Trump told them, all right, we ain't playing that nonsense. We blow the shit out of y'all. Y'all got this. We can't let y'all have this. They went back again and did the same thing.
Yeah, they fight for their freedom too.
Yeah.
If you got a nuke,
We the only people that can have nuclear weapons? Come on, bro. That ain't fair.
Yo, other countries got them.
So
yeah, but you don't want.
But they don't got a problem with Israel, huh?
Bruh, they screaming debt to America, bruh. They screaming debt to America.
When you got an orange Cheeto as the president, it'd be like that.
Obama was doing the same thing. Obama did the same thing. He just signed it away. They ain't care.
I don't remember that.
So and that's what I'm saying. People, this is where it's like this. Don't let. All right, I granted you don't have to like Trump. You don't have to like everything Trump do. But in this regard, I think he's right, bro. I think he's right because at the end of the day, history teaches, let's hit them before they hit us.
What?
Hey,
that's why none of the wars in America go back. When was the last time somebody hit the homeland? Think about
9/11.
9/11.
Right. That was inside America. It wasn't from outside. So 9/11 doesn't count. Going back further than that, when was the last time
Pearl Harbor.
Exactly. Why is that?
Because the Japanese was fearless.
Because America vowed we ain't letting nobody bring that shit to us no more. We gonna bring it to them. That's why we can live comfortably in our nice homes, drive our nice cars, and we don't gotta worry about nobody touching us. That's why we say thank you to servicemen. That's why the military tell us, hey, that's why when you see a service person, you say thank you for your service, because that's what they're doing. They're bringing it to them. That's what we pay for. That's where your taxes go. That's how they explain it in history class. See, a lot of people are losing touch of what America do. We attack them so we could have the sovereignty and the peace and all this calm. That's why we could afford to talk, walk, move, go where the hell we got to go. Because we bring it to them first.
Well, listen, 1953, the United States was involved in destabilizing the government of Iran. And then they ended up putting the Shah of Iran back in power. That man was a dictator that had U.S. backing, was in power for decades, killing innocent people. The U.S. that's on them. All right. Shah of Iran gets taken out. You got the Supreme Ayatollah that takes over. He's doing whatever he want to do. Now we don't have access to the oil. Now he gone because we got dragged back into Israel thing. It's all about resources, as it's always been. We ain't protecting nobody except to get in everybody's business so we can get what we want. It's BS now and then.
I agree. So I don't disagree with what you're saying. But what is America? What do America make money off of?
Minding other people's business.
Nope. America makes money off of war. That's what America does. America makes money off of war. They sell supplies. I didn't understand that at first, but that's what they do. They make money off of war. Russia, Ukraine, they sell arms to the world.
Yeah.
But we what, $1 trillion in debt though?
Huh?
We $1 trillion in debt.
Hey, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like bad business. We selling all these arms, but we $1 trillion in debt. See, this is why I don't like The Apprentice. This is nonsense.
That's a different thing, but I agree with you. And that's a history lesson. All of those things are valid. What you said is valid. I don't disagree with it. It's all history lessons, but you know,
You know what though? What you just said, like we sell all these weapons and to, even to our enemies for them to use it against us. But then
That's crazy, right?
when they stop buying from us or buy something else that we don't like or is too powerful, then we bomb them. Does that make sense?
Mm.
but that's the ain't that what that's well, I get you. That's true. That's true.
I mean, I'm just saying it's kind of it's kind of an oxymoronish thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but there's always an undermined thing that is not just the surface. You know what I mean? It's never, you know, it's always a back end handed deal going on somewhere. And
It's
then
never
and
what it
what we, like I said, what we see, the propaganda, what we see to actually turn us against Iran and Iran against us, the chant of death to America to make Americans mad. And you know, I want to say 90% of Americans don't really care, don't really know what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? We just living our lives every day. We struggling over here. You know, they're raising our taxes, they cutting our jobs, and you know what I mean, they're giving us bare minimum. On top of our degrees, we got to pay back all these loans to get top dollar, but pay back these loans and be in debt. They're making money off of debt, really.
Yeah.
Money, that's where they make the money, is off the debt and keeping us in debt and keeping us working. We're the slaves, modern slaves, legal slaves, you know what I'm saying? So,
Look, Gavin said it was 36 trillion. I pulled up the website, man, was just talking about it's 38 trillion.
Okay,
how we
it
get
went
2
up.
more trillion within
2
a
more
couple
trillion.
seconds?
Yeah. That's zeros that I can't even count.
We gained 2 trillion in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
In 5 minutes.
That went up.
Yo,
So, and yeah, it's debt, man. It's all about
Yo,
the debt,
remember
man.
she was talking about the thing in the video, the inflation?
Yeah.
About when they sat down, it was
A hamburger went from 6 to 600.
Yeah, overnight. That's kind of what happened in Venezuela too. You know, but a lot of that got to do with the sanctions, though.
Yeah. One thing before we switch off of this one was they were talking about how much a friggin' missile costs, right? And they were breaking down the numbers in the missile, and they were saying like some of these missiles are like 50,000, and they're letting them shit off like, and I'm like, and they were explaining what missile is used for what missile, and this missile costs like 200,000. You won't use this missile to take out these missiles, but these missiles are good in taking out these missiles, so you can't use that. You got to use these missiles and the numbers that they're using, and they're just offloading these shits. They're offloading these jumps like nothing, Use like that's 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million. In seconds, I was like, that's crazy.
Tupac said it. We got money for war, but can't feed the poor.
Feed the poor, yeah.
Yep.
Oh man,
and it's always been like that.
Yeah.
And just like you said, how all these jobs are getting cut. Well, we kind of could figure out where the money's going. Where they're pushing it to,
Yeah. So it's either we wake up. So all right. So we adapt, right? So we adapt into investing our time to go working for AI or something like that. These companies that are growing now, the company that's going to be growing are the companies building missiles or ships or tanks and all of that stuff. Those are the companies that's going to be booming right now during war. And the people that all the supply, everything you need to supply the Army, the Navy, those are the companies that's going to be booming. All the mom and pop shops and all of that stuff to people to survive, those are the ones getting cut.
People in the comments, give me some good munitions places, good weapons places to invest in, please. My Robinhood need to get popping.
Some stocks or something.
Yeah.
Robinhood.
All right. So let's do this. Let's transition into the first one. I'm going to see, since Brendan said Trump, I'm going to roll with this one.
Time in history,
I've got to say, though, to you Americans, the Trump effect ended up working around all the Western countries. Donald basically gave the wave to people to say, all of us are connected to Western countries. We're all European descent, and we're going to speak up and say, we built England, Canada, Australia, America. It belongs to us, the European descent. We found the land, we built the land. And I thank you from my heart, Donald Trump. Thank you for saving the Western countries, and thank you for saving the white people, because we matter too.
Hey, yo. I know she not talking. Let's not forget, Australia was founded by nothing but absolute criminals. They said, you know what, we don't want you, go over here, and they made it work. Stop playing with me.
Australia is like what I think they said. What was the other place they sent a whole bunch of people that were like unruly in the islands? I think it was Jamaica or Haiti.
Really?
They had the same thing where they had like the slaves that were really hard to control. They used to send them to a certain country.
I think it was Jamaica.
Yeah, I think it was Jamaica.
I'm not mistaken.
No wonder they have some attitudes.
Yeah, so the rough ones, like the ones that they couldn't deal with.
Yeah,
they sent them to a specific country. I think it was
like
Jamaica.
Escape from New York, but they just put them in a different country.
Yep, exactly. So that's what they used to do. The ones they couldn't control, they just dropped it. They put them on all in one country.
Nah, that chick was out of pocket though. Come on now. This is for people to be emboldened like that. Oh, we're of European descent. What? Oh, he's saving the whites because we're important. Nobody never said you wasn't. Y'all been ruling the world for how long? And now you felt powerful? Come on, dog.
When did they stop ruling the world?
Wolf.
Well, I won't say they ruling the war. I think her response was more bolstering the uprise in that ability to kind of stand back up for themselves.
When were they not standing up for themselves?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
So this is where the split comes, or the racism, right? So you got those people that love Trump for him being a businessman, somebody that's not a puppet, somebody that does what he wants to do. So he's respected in that regard. So and on the other hand, the other flip coin of that is he is a white man moving like that. So that's how they always moved. You know what I'm saying? You know, so he's not a puppet. He's like, somebody told me, he gave an analogy like this. He said Trump is like the lone wolf that got away. He's not under fully control of, I want to say, some individuals or elites or whatever, the people that really run the world. Trump does make his own. He got his own money, so he's not like one of the. I want to say like the other presidents are Trump are puppets. So Trump, he talks like that. He walks like that. So he's a representation of them at the same time. So that's where that split is, where people are saying he's racist because you have people like that support him. And then you have the people on the other hand that feel like, all right, maybe he's neutral, he's not racist, he does do things for black people, you know what I mean? For me, I don't know if it's for show or for, I don't know what he do it for. I don't know the reason behind it, or there's those people that hung out with him before he was a president, and he hung out with a lot of black people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people that know him personally they say they know he's not racist because he was never, you know what I'm saying, like that. But for him to be a powerful man and the way he talks and how he moves and flexes muscle, white people love that. They love it. They love that side, and they love a white man that's like that. And you know what I'm saying? So they feel like, he's a representation of them. You know what I'm saying? And you got the other side that feel another way.
They love a white man. They love a white man whose father was a member of the party and got arrested during one of their rallies way back in the day.
That too.
He's just a product of all of that.
All of it. He's a product of all of it. You know what I'm saying? But his ways, to me, are unpredictable. To somebody else, they're very predictable. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, so I just don't. I know from what I know, because I don't know him personally. I don't follow that much. I know he does what he does. He says what he says. Sometimes it come off real ignorant. Sometimes, how he talks, but I know that he's a real strategic businessman. And when it comes to business, when he's talking numbers and business, he knows what he's talking about. When he's talking about anything else, I'm like, does this guy really know what he's talking about? I don't know.
Okay. So, let's see. P, you got anything for to add to that one?
Man, you can add a whole lot to that, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep vanilla.
All right, cool. So let me transition to the next clip.
This is why I think that now over 500,000 black women are now terminated. I think with Kamala Harris getting in office, black women voters getting that guy in office, Roy Jones or whatever, getting him out of office in Alabama, the country went crazy with just hiring black women. They were hiring black women that were highly educated on paper. They were not hiring black women that had the soft skills, leadership, knowing how to get along, know how to deal with conflict in the workplace. They were hiring a lot of black women that were making the fucking workplace for everybody, black women, white people, hell, and now those women are being fired. There are a lot of people out here and people that are hiring things because someone went to Harvard and they went to Yale and they worked for this senator and congressman, they're going to be a good employee automatically. No. There are a lot of people out here that went to Strayer, ITT Tech, ICDC College. They're better employees. They have soft skills. They know how to get along. Schools don't mean shit. Not only do you have to know how to be a good employee, it's important to know how to be a good coworker. You cannot make life hell for your team. You have to know how to be a good employee, and you have to know how to be a good coworker. Nobody wants to come to work. You spend 40 hours a week at work, sometimes more. Nobody wants to come to work each time it's a conflict. I'm an educated black woman, a black woman this. Nobody wants to hear that where they spend 40 hours a week. You have to know how to get along. Sometimes people consciously and unconsciously are going to say shit that may offend you. Sometimes there are grown people that just don't know better that what they said was racist. But how do you respond to it? Conflict is going to happen in the workplace. I'm not excusing it. But do you know how to tactfully respond in the workplace when there's conflict? I would actually say knowing how to be a good coworker is more important than knowing how to be a good employee. I'm not against black women. I'm against black women thinking that education from the same racist as white institutions makes them better or qualified for anything.
So, do she have a point? Does education have a place in the workplace?
Your mic sound a little low.
Yeah, I backed away from it a little bit.
Yeah.
Brandon.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of split down the middle because sometimes, you get that resume, you see that school, and, it speaks to the history of the thing, and it gets you in versus, you went somewhere else. I don't know. But, you see things that really just stand out. Oh, you went to Harvard? Okay. There's a whole thing in there where it's just, okay, you must have done something good. You must have been exceptional. And I get that. It's just the historical thing. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm not a good coworker. I'm a good employee, but I'm not a good coworker. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but I still got a job, I come in there to do my job, make my money, and go home. I don't sit there and talk about my personal life with these people. I don't laugh at your stupid jokes just to get along. I'm there to do my job. I'm not there to be your friend. So it's like, when two things can be true, you don't have to be a good coworker to be a good employee, to me.
Okay.
I think I understand what she's talking about. It took a while to get where she was going, but she's talking about a specific type of black woman, the one that feels like her blackness and her education is what she leads with instead of personality and feelings and everything else. So she's talking about that one woman that shows up and she wants the world to move for her just because she's black, just because she's educated. She got here because she know Brandon's cousin, uncle's niece. They went to school together back in 8th grade or whatever. And she used that to try to get an advancement in her career. You know what I'm saying? Now, what she's kind of saying is like, yo, just put in the work, do what you got to do, and fit in, you know? But I don't think she's talking about all black women in general, you know? But we know who she's talking about, you know?
Yeah.
You could be at one of the simplest restaurants, something wrong with her food. We could be, you know what I'm saying? And she got to let you know that she make more money than the waitress and you ain't, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's where that's at. I believe her. I'm with her on that. Now, the number she said, was it 500 black women got fired?
I'm not too sure.
It was a big number. It was a big number. I guess she was referring to in the government type thing of they were letting a lot of them go.
Yeah, that's when they started doing the diversity, equity type stuff, the I let go stuff. But I do agree. And it's funny how majority of us could say we know exactly what she was talking about because a certain percent of ladies, they're always like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? And they just go into, oh yeah, my name, blah, blah, blah. I went to this. And they leave with their college education and what they, you know, you be like, damn, I just asked you what was your damn name. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I'm gonna jump out of a limb and say these are the same women a lot of black men are dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And they bring in the same energy. Don't kill me, kill Brandon on this. You know what I'm saying? But they come with the same energy towards certain black men when they lead in with the degrees, and then they wonder why they're still single at 50 with no kids. But that's just
because I seen the ones that humble you is like, you ever met somebody and they have a lot of degrees and you don't know that they got one degree?
Yeah. They probably never use any of them.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that they never use them, they don't lead with it.
No.
They don't lead with it at all.
They don't use their identity. They're not identifying themselves with it. Like, that's not part of their identity.
Exactly.
Dre was like that. When I met Dre, I talked to Dre, like, what? You got all this? I'm like, you know, he never led with anything, man. Just through conversation and like long conversation. We sat down, we speak, and it's like, yo, it's like, damn, you got all this, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is too? I think communication has something big to do with it too, because people that don't know how to communicate well leads with accolades.
Yeah.
To make themselves feel a certain way.
They make it their identity.
Yeah.
Exactly. Who's somebody who don't look at it the same way gonna start talking about something to start a conversation. And if you ask them about it, they may talk about it, they may not even tell you about it. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of people who they let the work do the talking.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's perspectives though, like really, you know, somebody that does take that and use that as their identity. I can look at it two different ways. I can take that information like, oh, I am happy for you. You're a reflection of me, of where I can go. You achieved something that I couldn't even see, right? I can look at it that way, or I can look at it, oh, this person's being braggadocious. She or he thinks he's almighty or better than me, you know. And I think people that, you know, some people are braggadocious. I'm not saying that people are not, but some, you know, if people make that their identity, and then if you really get to know them, and then under their, okay, they threw that out there first as their identity, they're always leading with that, and they're always looking down on people. I don't respect that at all. Like, I mean, I can work with you. I'm here to do my job, but I'm a genuine person at the end of the day. Regardless if you high school drop out or college doctor degree, I'm going to treat you the same way. I'm not going to look down on anybody. So the people that do look down, I feel bad. You know what I mean? So, you know, they can only go so far. Like, they can only be a puppet. Just like she said that all those people were in place because of their identities or their accolades, and then they got rid of them.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's perspective for me. Like, I mean, it's somebody. It depends. I always give the person the benefit. If I meet somebody that leads with their identity, they lead their education with their identity. That's cool. All right, I'm happy for you. If it's the third, fifth, sixth, seventh conversation, that's all I'm hearing. Then it's like, oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
I don't lead it with mines at all, man. I know people around me. I'm like, man, whatever. That junk don't make it doesn't help me in certain places. So I don't gotta say that junk.
No. I mean, but then there is conversations where you gotta let people know, oh, listen, I am educated. Because then I like to play the underdog or be underestimated
Yeah,
anywhere I go.
exactly. Yeah.
And it doesn't even matter. I'm gonna play like a college or a high school dropout. And if you look at me the way I dress, all right, I can look like that. But you won't know I have a master's degree in theology.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is. It's perspectives for me. That's my opinion.
I think for some people, I don't want to say minorities because my mind has grown a little bit more, but I think it's a disguise for most minority people that we use it in a way because we to some degree we know that they're going to look down on us. So if they're going to look down on us, we might as well play it to our advantage and at the right time use it to our benefit because that's some of the stuff that goes against you. If you do have it and you're qualified, you can be automatically eliminated.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like because
this person's too strong. They come out too strong.
Yeah, you once you meet the qualification, you look. Then they look at you as overqualified.
Yeah.
He could actually do the role, and he's gonna be a competitor. So we kind of look at it as like, all right, let's play the underdog, get in, get what we got to get, and we should be okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts on this one?
I say whether you got a degree or you don't, sit down, be humble.
Humble.
That's P Boy right there. Who's that, P?
That's pretty much what it is, man. Yeah, that's a good way to end that segment. Be humble.
All right.
I work overtime in order to afford my child support. I pay every month. I pay $1,500 and $1,521 and like 65 cents in child support. That comes off the top. That happens. My baby mamas get paid before I do. So in order for me to be able to do anything else, pay my rent, feed myself, put gas in my goddamn car, I have to work overtime. The game is the game.
God damn.
He paid mortgage money.
Jesus Christ.
Yo. I think that's on the East Coast. I mean, that's got to be down south. That's got to be down south. Them dudes be paying like out the woo in child support.
Well,
keeper to keeper.
Out. Damn, he beat it to me. He beat me to it.
Nah, bro.
Yo, and he didn't say how many kids. What if he got like
about 4 or 5?
He said baby mamas, so even more than one.
He probably got like 6.
Probably
8.
It is cheaper to keep her. It don't matter what the problem is, we're working out.
Yeah, we're working this out.
No, it ain't cheaper to keep them.
Huh? Yeah, no, you could listen. You seen them polygamy shows or whatever? The looking for the sister wife.
They ain't trying to hear that.
That's why you supposed to be the middleman. It's in the words, bro.
Yeah, but they ain't trying to hear that. They all
want to hear it. Listen, I don't care what problem you got with a woman. You didn't talk to her correctly. That's why there's an issue. Any problem can be solved. Let's talk it out.
That wasn't my fault, though.
What you mean?
I pulled out every time.
Oh.
You should get tests. That's for the DNA test.
Some people will have 15 kids and wonder why they broke. You speak on it, Gavin.
DNA test,
Real,
boy, I'm telling you.
listen how much kids involved, man. It ain't one.
Hey,
There's gotta
nah,
be
he got about 4 or 5 he paying for.
a few. And if it's different households, it's even worse.
Yeah.
You got to pay for each deposit.
Yeah.
Well, all this
I
could have
agree,
been
I agree.
avoided if he would just, hey, I'm gonna do my part.
Yeah,
let's work
I mean,
out. I want to be there for the kids.
He's creating a problem he created. He's talking about a problem he created.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Nobody.
gonna push back.
Let's hear it.
I'm gonna push back. So you're looking at it from the point of view as he didn't want to be there. Yo, it got some ladies that
Wait, what do you want to be there? With the kids?
Well, yeah. So it got some ladies that have kids. Say that again.
He didn't want to be there with the kids. That's what you said.
No. It got some ladies that have kids and move on.
Yeah.
It got ladies like that. Once they get a kid out of you, they gone. They
There's
gone.
a lot of scenarios to that situation. You have women that have kids. If they see you a man that do take care of kids, or you are paying child support, they'll have a baby just to get a check.
Yeah, because they showed they got ladies. They got ladies that would have kids. They would have kids with certain guys and go be with the sucker. So they would have kids with the dudes that won't never take care of the kids. They would be with that dude, but they'll put the baby on some. Oh no, they will have kids
that
with
works.
the dude.
The guy that works. The guy that works.
Yeah, they will have to with the dude that ain't gonna be nothing and go be with the guy that work.
Yeah,
they put the kid on the guy that would work, and they know they ain't kids.
Yeah, that's why he need if he really need tests. That's first and foremost.
That sounds like a super long con.
Yeah,
man, a lot of them are like that, yo. A lot of them are like that.
That just goes back to broken homes where maybe he wasn't raised like. I can relate. I got 3 different baby moms, so I know it could be tough and expensive. You know what I'm saying? So not really knowing. All right, if I look back at my life, like, yo, listen, I really wish I would have had 1 baby moms. That would have been ideal for me right now. Back then in my 20s, I wouldn't think about that. I wouldn't think about the consequences that I had to face today and all of this stuff that I deal with. But back then in my 20s, nobody's thinking like that. I wasn't thinking like that. My household wasn't like that. Every example of man that I had in front of me was out there doing what they do. But it's just brokenness and at its finest, and these are the outcomes that we pay for. When you don't have structure in your life as a man, first and foremost, you don't know how to be a man. You just know how to go slinging. You know what I'm saying? Slinging what you got, and these are the consequences.
Those were the DMX days. It was random.
Yeah, heavy.
Yeah,
like 2 Kims.
Yeah, all of them.
What you want from it?
All of them. Trust me.
You know what I'm saying?
Now the thing is too. I mean, he doesn't say how he got to that point.
No.
Some could have been his fault. Some could not have been his fault.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you can't cry and complain about a situation you created.
Yeah.
No matter how you got there.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like nobody physically say, "Hey, you gotta do that right there." No, you did that on your own.
Only thing I'm not mad at him, but that was one thing I noticed that someone says men do not really come to the internet and share that type of information with the world. That's not a man game. I'm not saying he's not, but guys don't do that. Guys are more embarrassed to tell the world they gotta pay child support and how much.
I was going to say he kind of looked like the woman that comes on the internet and cries.
Yeah, because
real tears, like cry.
Yeah,
and set the camera up and get a good cry, and then.
But he's crying because he can't live. He's barely surviving because of his decisions.
Well, there's no doubt about it, but he needs to step up.
Yeah,
but that's not something you would tell the world. I applaud him for coming forward, but I'm not shunning him for thinking it.
No,
but
me neither.
You got to look at it. It's like what was the end result in doing that? Because on the woman's side, some dude out there gonna pay to get her. He gonna send her money because she look good. That's not happening for a dude. So a lady could go to the internet and say, "Oh, I got 6 baby daddy and none of them shit," and some dude gonna send her money. That's why ladies get on the internet and do it, because somebody is going to help her.
I think he's crying out for help, and then at the end of the day, you know how we are guys, we're not going to keep it to ourselves. So I think that was an outlet for him instead of him calling his brother or you know what I'm saying, and then just looking for people. That's what the internet is now. People come to the internet, they're not calling their family members, they're not calling their pastors, they use it for therapy.
But
you know what I'm saying, just to get stuff off their chest.
But the response, I looked at the chat. They were getting at him in the chat.
They're roasting him. Yeah, of course they're roasting him. Yeah.
So you can't go to the internet for that support if people gonna really bash you.
They're gonna roast you. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But then you do have people that have heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a small minority, but most people gonna roast you.
Look, it looked just like that was just a second form of therapy for him.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he clearly had a Planet Fitness getting his swole on while he's over here telling you, I ain't got it.
And he probably got many more, but he might couple on the way. Who knows?
And you look at too, he probably got women that will probably take care of him as well.
Yeah, for sure.
On a certain level.
And you get a lot of bitter baby moms, and when you do decide, okay, all right, we had this baby, now I got a new girl. What's she gonna do? She gonna top them pockets.
So it's like, is that Chad or Tyrone?
Yeah,
he's the Chad, he's the Tyrone.
Probably. All right, so let's transition to this one. Right, I got this one for DR and Brandon. Here we go. Skirt.
I went on a date with somebody and I had said something about God, and he looked me dead in my face and said, "Oh, I don't believe in God." Before I judged, I said, "Oh, like maybe you believe in a different God. Maybe, Allah, whoever. Like maybe you're Jewish. I don't know. But let's clarify." I said, like any God. He said, "No." Huh? The date is over. The date is over. Because if you don't believe in God, I automatically think you believe in Satan. Are you the devil? I had to get up out of there. That was the scariest moment of my life.
What?
I could barely hear that. What is she saying? That she don't believe in God? Or
no, she's saying the guy don't believe in God.
Oh, the guy
that was the end of the date for her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Would that be the end of the date for you?
If they don't believe in God?
Yeah.
And the way I am now, yeah. Before it didn't matter. Now that that's very important. Like the Bible says, don't be unequally yoked, and that's part of being unequally yoked with somebody that's going to be a conflict of interest when you handle any type of situation. Is your core beliefs and how you both going to come as being one, and you don't believe this person should handle this situation like this or this person should handle this situation like that. It's always going to be a conflict of interest.
Okay,
so I'm gonna push back on that.
I know. I see the disposition. I seen it coming. That's why I was. Go ahead. You got it.
She just said no to the love of her life. She just said no to the man that she probably could have spent the rest of her days with, grow old with. Just because man don't believe in God. Listen, number one, that could come in time. Things could happen. She could say, "Oh, come to church with me." We just had a video. 2 weeks ago? The individuals who was married, one didn't believe in God, one did.
And he went to church with her?
He went to church with her even though he don't believe. She didn't get his man a chance.
Yeah, that was
She didn't get his man a chance to open his heart to Jesus, Allah, whoever. You gave up. And at the end of the day, like, you got to meet people where they at. We not going to all believe in the same thing. That don't mean the date is automatically over. Get to know who he is as a person. Yes, belief is a big part of your personality. It's a big part of your life. But come on.
Yeah.
She just closed the door. She just blocked the blessing.
I'm gonna push back. I agree with DR on this one. You know why?
I want to hear it.
So, love of the life? Hell no. But Love of the life, hell no. But I agree. It's like this. I would have left the date right away. I would have, you know what I'm saying? Friends, you could be friends. But
Yeah.
the Brandon, this is where I had to learn to, because I tell my kids the same thing. Yo, make sure you meet somebody that's evenly yoked, right?
Yeah.
That could be the same night she go home, get knocked up, and this dude believe in a whole different religion. Now the kid is growing up effed up.
Yeah.
I watch many videos where the mother is like, let's use Christianity and Muslim for a second, right?
Uh-huh.
The kid have two religion, and he has to now decide which one he has to choose. One is saying one thing, and the other is saying one thing, and the kid is confused.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
It got many religions like that.
If I remember correctly, if the father's a Muslim, in that religion, you have to follow the religion of the father. Ain't no confusion.
Trust me, it got many. I got this video I can show you.
Boys gonna follow moms.
Yeah, so it got this lady that's married to a Muslim dude, and she doesn't believe in his religion. She's American and he is Muslim, right? She don't believe in his religion. He respects it. She respects it, and they live together. I got a neighbor right down the street. He is Christian and she is Muslim, and they live together peacefully.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like this. You see a lot of compromise, because guess what? They love each other. They compromise, and they put religion on the outside.
They got to be real mature. You got to be real mature to do something like that.
Right. Yeah. So I agree with you with the love of your life, but at the end of the day, you're gonna run into some clash in how your kids are raised.
Yeah.
How your kids are raised.
Oh yeah.
That is the joy of parenting. I am complete opposite with my wife. It's so many things we don't agree on, so many ways we are different, even in parenting, but we work together.
That's true. That's different.
Equally yoke the child. How's it different?
Religion and raising a child is two different things.
Okay, what's so different about it?
But
if you
believe
you
can raise a child without religion.
You believe in Jesus. You believe in Jesus. I believe in Muhammad. There's some similarities there. Jesus appears in the Quran, my boy. Jesus appears in the Quran. All right, we can work it out. We can compromise.
It's a different Jesus. And so, all right, yes.
Wait, what? You say it's a different Jesus? It's only one Jesus. It's only one big baby Jesus. What you talking about?
Yo, all right. So let's do this, right? So we got this debate. So let me pull up the big screen for you.
Said it's a different Jesus. You crazy.
So Brandon, here we go. Right in the Quran, right?
Mm-hmm.
Allah cannot have a son. He chooses. You know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing it, and no disrespect to anybody out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Allah cannot have a son.
Mm-hmm.
In the Bible, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yep.
In the Torah, where's the Holy Spirit?
I don't read that.
In the Torah, it said, when they say in the beginning, he say, "Let us create men in our own image." So without it being mentioned, we consider that he's there when he said, "Let us make men in our own image," in the Torah. So when God says, "Let us," Christians or theologians put that together as, okay, that's the Holy Spirit, because he said us. He didn't say me.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
but in the Torah, there's no Holy Spirit.
It's not a direct Holy Spirit.
Right.
But
they avow to anything with three. They do not believe in the Trinity. So
because it's
in
not
order,
directly
and you
there.
gotta remember, so now when you go to the Bible and they're speaking now, they said in order what's the Bible verse where you got to go through the Son in order to see the Father.
See the Father, yeah. You gotta no man could come to the Father except through me. That's what Jesus said.
Exactly. So in the Torah, that's not how it goes. It doesn't go like that. There's no salvation in the Quran.
So the story about the connection between the Torah and the Bible, I mean, because it's the Old Testament, the verse New Testament.
Yep.
The New Testament is the fulfillment of the Old Testament.
Yes.
So the connection they bring from the Old Testament is when Abraham bring his son to the mountain to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they call it. What they call that? It's like an analogy in one way.
Yep.
There's a name for it.
Sacrifice. Yep.
Yeah, the sacrifice, but there's a precursor of that's being Jesus is they call Jesus the Lamb of God. So the lamb in the bush was the ram in the
Yep.
bush was the lamb that was actually sacrificed, but he was sent to go sacrifice his son.
Yes.
But that's why they call Abraham the father of faith because he was going to sacrifice his son because God told him to, and that was God sacrificing his son. That's the connection between the Torah and the Old Testament and the New Testament. So when you read the New Testament, they say the New Testament is the fulfillment of the Old Testament.
The Old Testament.
Yes. So everything that happened in the Old Testament, whatever happened in the New Testament, was fulfilled the Old Testament.
Yeah.
So I don't know too much about the Quran. I can't speak about the Quran. I do have one here. One of my boys, before he went to prison, he dropped one off to me, and I never got to read it. But when I did, when he dropped it off in my mailbox that one night, I opened it up, and I seen the story of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they call him Isa. They don't call him. They call him Isa.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
so
think
it's not. Yeah,
but it was about. I seen a story about Mary. I started reading a little bit about Mary, his mom, and then because it's translated in English, so I think it got two sides.
Yeah, I got a couple here. I got a couple. So, one of the apartments that I had, the guy he was like I don't want to say theologian, but he studied the Bible. He had like 10 different Bibles, and he had like 9 different Qurans. So it's like, and I have all of them out. I got a box out there. It's probably like 30 Bibles in there, and you can see he had his study Bibles. His Bibles were like tape. I think he came out of jail, and there's like, all the Bibles, he had all the Qurans, and he had notes in these books, and he had like 2 boxes. I had to throw some of them, but I gave away a couple Quran. He had about 50 books in there. I gave away half of them, but I got like a whole box out there. It was Qurans and Bibles, different versions. Yeah, but he said he was comparing the both, and he was studying them. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people do. People do.
But trust me, it's so like this. That's one of the things I always push back on is certain religion try to say that it's similar, but it's not. You understand? It's not. And so that's why I always push back when people say, "Oh, they're all the same." They're not. Everyone has a different thing because but I don't try to get into all the bad stuff. I just keep it straightforward. Like, hey, Christianity.
But back to the topic of discussion. It takes 2 mature people to make that work. If you do have, if somebody believes in the Bible wholeheartedly, and they in their mind is not to be unequally yoked, and somebody say they don't believe in God and they out of there, that's their response.
Yep. Because it says flee. You know what I'm saying? It says flee. That's what the Bible teach you. If you come around people that are it says flee from them because you're gonna get corrupted. It's like this. It's like let's use myself as an example. I'm gonna put myself on a chopping block, right? If I go to a nightclub and I see all of them bootylicious thing up there, guess what I'm gonna do?
What you
I'm gonna want to sin.
What you gonna
you gonna want to sin?
So what is it? What is that lifestyle?
It's natural to see a beautiful woman and you have feelings.
I'm talking about nightclubs. I'm talking about nightclubs. I'm not talking about a lady on the beach or you know what I'm saying?
What you mean? It's the same thing. They don't be wearing clothes nowadays.
I had to make the comparison. I'm talking about a comparison. You know what I'm saying?
Have to sin.
You don't. I'm saying it makes
you only gotta eat bacon while acknowledging the Holy Trinity in my house. You feel me?
That's a choice.
True, but that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Ladies are beautiful. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Ladies are beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
You still gotta have control. You still gotta have control.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. You gotta have control, but that's what I'm saying. It's gonna make you know what I'm saying? Sin. But I was just making a suggestion, the ladies are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? We gotta leave it there. I'm married now, but that's what I'm saying. When I was younger, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that.
So you don't go to those places frequently because as a if you marry, you ain't gonna be wanting to go into certain places that's gonna make you want to break your vows.
What? If I want to see some butt and some boobies, I'm looking. I'm married. That's all right.
not
I'm
saying
surfing.
don't.
I'm
That's
surfing the
different.
venue. I'm
Going
not
out to
buying
Piggly
nothing. You
Wiggly's.
feel me?
So I get you on that. Yes, you have eyes you can see. Yes. If they dare, they open, I'm gonna see it too. But I'm
Don't
not
mean you
going
gotta
to a
sit
place.
though.
So I
You
don't
can
have
still
that video.
you could still enjoy and get you a quick 3 seconds and move on.
So you know what I'm gonna do? Hold on, give me 1 second. Hold it down for a second. Let me
Maybe
pull
10
up.
seconds. Get your 10-second peek. Why? 10's too long?
No, I'm gonna pull up and load up the
You
next
can
clip. Hold on 1
admire
second.
at it, P. You can gaze at it as
Yeah,
long
I'm
as
not saying you gotta gawk.
No, you
could just-
can. You can
Right.
burn a hole in it if you
Nah, you
so
don't have
choose.
to. You don't gotta be all conspicuous and shit.
No, you gotta burn it into memory so when you go home you can be like, yeah. I remember that. You know,
For real,
then
for
you
real.
take it out on the wife. You feel me? That's how you do it. Balance.
Yeah, it is.
All right, salute, gentlemen.
Good seeing you.
All right.
Yes, sir.
You say, honey, I went to the club. I saw a fat ass. You come on over here now. I'm gonna do those things to you.
It should be like, come on, daddy.
Yeah.
Come on, daddy.
Gonna show you the Lower East Side. It's gonna be fun. And then boom, harmony. Just because you was looking at a fat ass.
I think now when you look at society today, I think a lot of relationships can get through with different religions.
12 don't think so.
Because I don't think, me personally, religion's not like it used to be. It's fizzled out a lot over time. And you find a lot of people that just they value other things, even if they believe in different things. They don't look at it the same way. You know,
I agree. I've been to Catholic churches, Baptist churches. Like, I'm looking for the spirit, period, wherever I can get it. But I ain't gonna violate nobody because they said they don't believe in God. Let's talk about it. What's happening in your life?
Look, right? You remember there was a time where they wouldn't let homosexuals or stuff like that. That was supposed to be like a sin. Now that's accepted in a lot of churches now.
Is it though?
That's what I'm trying to say, P. So, and these are the norms that they're trying to make standard. So, guess what? They do have these churches where these churches are not centered around God.
Yeah, they are.
So you got to be. So it's like this. No. They say it's in the name of Jesus. That's why I said that part in the Bible where it's like at the end of times, Jesus gonna say, you use my name, but I don't know you.
Well, here's the thing, right? In America, you can start your own church, your own religion.
True, but is it based on God?
Doesn't have to be.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
but they don't always tell the truth to get that tax break.
I get you, I know where you're going. So at the end of the day, it's like whatever deity that you're praying to, you know what I'm saying? But look at it, right? You can make up your religion. Brandon can make up his religion, right?
Right.
Now we have like neighborhoods where the kids are all playing together. Now they're trying to, one is always going to dominate the other. One is always going to dominate the other. Your kid's going to be coming home talking about like, we don't call it rice and peas. We call it peas and rice. And now your whole neighborhood fighting over peas and rice. But but let me roll into this clip right here. I got this one ready, loading. It's still loading. I'm gonna have to go to the next clip because this one is still loading. Let's roll to.
Go ahead.
Let's roll to a different clip.
We have spoken to an attorney for the family that lives at that home. The family has a 17-year-old who lives there. They say the 17-year-old is very smart. He's actually about to graduate college. He has his own YouTube channel where he does science experiments, and they say everything that was happening in that home was completely innocent. The attorney says this all started when some repair people came to the home. They say the home is rented by the family. When some repair people came to the home, they saw something that they thought looked suspicious.
This is how it went down, is that there was a repair that needed to be done at the house. And over the course of that repair being conducted, the folks that were there to do that, to check that out, as far as I believe it was a small water leak or something to that effect, that's what sent this whole thing down the rails and being reported.
Charles Ray is the attorney for the family who lives in this home on Cartwheel in the Altair gated community in Irvine. And whatever it was that those repair people saw, it resulted in a massive response.
So here's a clip where they said it was a young teen, a YouTuber. He was working on a cure for cancer.
Yeah, that's what I read.
The FBI storming the house. This sounds suspicious as hell, to my opinion.
But the thing is, what were they trying to repair? The repair guy tipped them off. What did he go there for?
Said there's a water
Why
leak.
is he not minding his goddamn business?
I mean, listen, you go there for a water leak and you see Breaking Bad inside the garage. Hell yeah.
Hey, I got a extra envelope back here for you. What are you doing?
My D, hold up.
I got 2 envelopes back here for you.
What's up?
You run into the FBI? The FBI?
I mean, look, curing cancer? That boy gonna get a Dr. Sebi. He keep playing.
So what did he see? Because they don't tell you exactly what he saw to make them trigger this call.
I'm sure he's seen canisters, beakers. He saw the Breaking Bad setup, or he thought somebody was getting dissolved in one of them canisters real quick. You got to do something, man. See something, say something, like at the airport. You feel me? What if he was doing the Jeffrey Dahmer thing? You feel me? That's a nice neighborhood.
He was only going after black people, so that's a little different.
More reason to get him out of here, and that's why a black dude got him in prison. Be like that. Karma. So you gotta be on your P's and Q's. Either little man was making meth, either he was doing some Rick and Morty type stuff inside the garage, or maybe he was trying to cure cancer. And again, the FBI had to, either A, sabotage it or B, check it out like, oh yeah, he ain't on to nothing.
So 12. If it's not cancer, what is it?
Me, I think he was onto something because he's a YouTuber. So
yeah.
So look at this. So I understand all the speculation that you guys are saying. If he's on his YouTube channel and he's showing what he's doing, they got a clear scope of what they got video evidence to see what he's doing. It doesn't mean to Brandon's point, it doesn't mean that he don't have other conspicuous things in the back, but you know what I'm saying? Trying to say I do, you know what I'm saying? Once you're on YouTube, you're already putting it out to the world what you're doing. So they have enough evidence to see this is what he's working with, or he probably showcased something that was good.
However, YouTube is not what made the FBI go there. It was whatever the dude saw. When they checked into him, they found out he had a YouTube page. But that ain't what triggered the response. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Whatever he saw, he reported it. You know what I mean? That's what made him go out. So that's what we need to figure out. And they don't really tell you what part of the what was he experimenting on? What was it like? What was the setup? You know?
Well, I don't know, but he was
working little rats down there, set up little rats. He's in,
probably.
You know
so I do agree. All right, so now I can understand what Brandon is talking about, because if you're working on a cure for cancer, you got to be tested on something. So if it's lab rats, whatever like that,
you know what I'm saying? We don't know.
You need permits, so you got to have permits for certain stuff like that. So like certain stuff like.
I caught Jerry in the backyard, I can't use him as a test.
You need FDA approval, my guy.
Exactly. And once they start doing, once you go to human testing, you need years for that. So and even a lot of stuff that they won't find cures for, because people are protesting for the use of the animal. So you have people like scientists, they're using it on lab rats and they whatever other animals, and we can't do that. You're killing slow down the whole process. That's why some people just go to experimental trial. You know what I'm saying? People donate themselves to trials.
Right. So what if he got donations?
Illegal, huh?
Why is it illegal?
No, it's illegal.
Need
You can't do
approval. Still need approval.
that. Yeah, you got to go through the government. You can't donate yourself. I was watching a show like that on Netflix where they were in pretrial, and it's like this. So that's the downside of these pretrials. It's like, oh, we got a new technology that could save you, and if your daughter or your son or your child or your husband, your wife is in like the late stage of this situation and they need help, people would go at any risk. They would take their loved ones out of the hospital and bring them there to get tested. So they see, thousands of people do this every day. They go to random places with their loved one to get cured. So anything to extend their life, it got people out there that would do this thing. How true all of that is, but you see TV shows like this where people were doing that. They were bringing their loved ones to random places to get fixed, and it was kind of like a scam. Some are scams,
where you mess around and get the placebo.
Yep. Whole bunch of money because they know the person's still gonna die. So people will pay a whole bunch of money, bring their loved ones there to get cured, But yeah. But that was that for that one, man. I just wanted to bring that out. I just thought that one was suspicious. He's probably onto something, but but this was the clip I wanted to roll. This was the clip. I'm not gonna play all of them, but this was the clip I wanted to roll into.
12 years. Anybody that has ever had an affair, anybody that's ever been in an extramarital relationship, understand that. Well, let me say it like this. Anybody that's ever dealt with addiction.
I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you off. So you have an affair.
I had an affair. I had an affair. I don't think that is without question. I had an affair. I stepped out on my wife. But there is complexity and nuance. This started when I was in my 20s, early 20s when I first got married, all right? And it was something that I knew was wrong, and I stopped trying to do it, just like anybody that's addicted.
So I wanted to speak on this. I just watched most of the video with Abednego discussing the video of Brian Meadows cheating on his wife for 12 years. And a few things came to mind. Now, do me and Abednego agree on everything? Absolutely not, right? But I 100% agree with everything that I saw on his video and on his breakdown of that conversation with Brian Meadows. And I saw a few things. I saw somebody who really was not repentant, who, even though they may have asked God for forgiveness, the heart posture was not right. The heart posture is not right. The soul is not right. And I saw someone who was evading accountability. Oh, the mistress, set up the stage. And to be able to cheat on your wife and preach from the pulpit during those 12 years, that is a sign of a seared conscience. That is a sign of reprobation. That is a sign that you do not have the fear of the Lord in you. To be able.
The hell is our problem, bro?
Hey, that's the part of the Christianity stuff that I don't like.
That's not Christian. No, that's all religion. All religion.
Well, no. I'm only talking about Christianity.
Okay.
And we talk about the situation with the Pope and all the fathers in the churches, all over the world. We had a lot here in Connecticut where they were reassigned and replaced, because of the situation with the young kids. We had a situation here in Hartford a while back. I don't know if you remember that, a few years back, where they were like a prostitution ring. He had like 20 something women in the church working for him. And it was run by the pastor of the church, and you hear stuff like this. 12 years, he's cheating on his wife. He's supposed to be the leader of the church, and in what world is that supposed to be okay? You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know him, Pastor, what is his name? Brian Meadows.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know much of him. I don't know his situation, but I'm only going from the clip that I just saw. And if that's correct, you know,
12 years, bro. 12.
Yeah, but it's not just the 12 years. He's not like saying, "Oh, I fell into a dark place and these were taught in my 12 years." And no, he's getting in front of a church probably every Sunday and trying to teach them while he's out here doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then the thing is, because we've seen when we did our first rounds of late night line, well, we used to just call line regular line, and we had a couple of situations where the mistress was in the church too. The wife was in it. Fights break out in the church.
Front row.
Yeah. And you know, I think people look at pastors and they take them on at least on a high standard, a high pedestal. When they look at a pastor in a community, he's supposed to be the one speaking for the community. He's supposed to be the one uplifting the community. You know, I mean, he's setting the standard, you know, and this is the one part of religion where you can't get it wrong, because if you get it wrong, it leaves a stain on everything. The way people feel about God, the way people feel about going to church, you know, and I don't know why they allow these people to keep being in the church and doing the things they're doing. Now, is that a man of God?
Nope.
Like a true man of God?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can't tell me, like, there's when it comes to being unfaithful in the church, I think the one person that cannot happen to is the pastor, or the father. Depending on what you in. If you're the head person teaching this religion and you're telling people, "Thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do this," but you're doing it, but then you expect, do as I do. What does it say? Do as I say,
not what I do.
No, I'm looking at you. What you doing ain't what you talking about.
So I got an answer for you, right? In the part that you said, this is one thing, because we said Christianity, right?
Yeah.
Once we get to that, the Bible say, "Do not put your trust in man." That's where, if you reading your Bible, you understand that. You go to church for the renewing of your mind, not for the pastor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree everything you said. The leader of the church shouldn't be doing any of this, right?
No.
But what people and this is where people need to understand and make that differentiation is this: you're not going to church for the pastor.
Nope.
Once you read that Bible, it explains to you, do not put your trust in man, put your trust in God. So once people start saying, "Oh, the pastor, this pastor," no, it already told you, put your trust in him, not man. So that answer your question right there. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So when people try to say, "Oh, nah, yeah, that's what he did," he's not following the word. And that's what the lady was explaining. So I understand that clearly. You know what I'm trying to say? He's going to say they're going to come and they're going to prophesy it in his name, and he's going to say, "I never knew him." You get what I'm trying to say? So
is he still preaching?
Yeah. He's still preaching.
That's why she said he doesn't sound like he really having a remorse.
Exactly. Because trust me, it's like this. And this is where we get into a lot of these things where these pastors, they out there doing, it's like they got videos of pastor in strip clubs busting down the scarlets that come in the church. They got chicks, they be coming in church, they know exactly what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's hard. It's hard. I get it. I know it's hard. It's hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it from the beginning of the time, ladies take down men. Men are weak for ladies, and ladies know how to get to men.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
once you see how some of them come dressed up in the church to be pretty for the pastor.
What?
Bringing
Man,
the
trust
past
me.
lunch. I brought you lunch and dinner.
So I do get it, man. Some of these ladies be showing up. You
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they came to impress. They came to impress. I had a next clip, but I didn't load it up this week. And we probably talk about it because I wanted the ladies to be here for this one. They had a church.
Uh-huh.
It was a church filled with like black ladies. It was singles night at the church.
I think I saw
And they
that.
probably only had like probably 20 people, and it was 100 ladies in that
Yeah.
mother. Yo, and Brandon, if you see them ladies,
yeah, it was hardly any men.
you would have thought it was a nightclub. I wanted to say strip club, but it was a church.
Yeah,
It was a
but
church.
the way they were dressed, you could have said a strip club.
Boy,
yeah.
Trust me, if you see that place, it looked like a club. It was like men were outnumbered. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn. So
that's how you find your wife, goddamn.
Exactly.
A lot of men don't show up to those single events.
Nah, they don't. They don't.
Yeah.
No, because I mean, nothing but judgment in the people church. So don't look at me like I'm a perv or something like that, because I'm showing up to get some numbers.
Yo, if you the 20 guys and 200 women, man, you get to shoot a couple of times.
Yeah, you gonna get the best out of the plucking too.
But you got to also
know.
meet the standards as well. So, but
that's the thing for all the girls that you check off in terms of you looking like everything that they want. Now you got women beefing in the church because they don't know who talking to who.
Now the thing when he talking about cheating on his wife, right? Is that something did he get caught out, or it got like
12 years? She knew.
No, but did he get caught out?
No, I think his wife knew. Because he said there were it ain't no damn nuance to cheating. Trust me. It ain't no nuance to cheating, bro. If you married, there's no nuance to cheating. You see, if you single and you ain't married to her, that's a different ball game.
Right. Well, you got to think about it. We've all go to church, and you hear those Sunday preaching that goes on, and usually it involves marital situations. You know what I'm saying? About being faithful, about that.
Exactly.
Then busting down shit, and it's like on this, and then, I mean, I'm not saying but she could have been there too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You never know. She probably sitting right at the door waiting. You never know.
My thing is, if he said he was cheating, but he stopped. And
no, 12 years.
I mean,
but he went on for 12 years.
So look. We get that context when he was originally talking to the chick. But all I was gonna say was, he stopped. This is something he's saying out loud. People can learn from his experience or whatever. But we all fall short of the glory of God. Nobody's perfect.
12 years?
I'm just saying.
12 years?
It's 12 years, bro.
It's hard to get off the train once you started moving. You know what I mean?
Hey, 12.
Like he was on crack.
Hold up, 12.
years.
It's like the last clip you ran. You said about going out to the club and seeing a bunch of chicks and getting in trouble. So yeah,
temptation, my boy.
Temptation. He kept getting tempted every time he walked outside.
We don't know how beautiful this woman was. We don't know what she was doing. It's hard.
As soon as he came out, she ripped the thing off, just threw it at him. She said, "Oh, got me! You got me." That happened 12 years, man. Happened all the time.
12 years a slave.
He had 13. He was able to shake it.
He said, "No."
So let me tell you this one that I heard was this. It was a Jamaican lady. They got this. I wish I had that clip. It was a Jamaican lady on TikTok. I seen the click on TikTok, right? She would have relations with the pastor before every service. It wasn't a husband. She said she knew she knew the wife. She said one day she went in for some prayers, and he don't know what happened. she said she went in for some prayers and she don't know what happened, but he said she's like, yo, it was like the best time she had. You know what I'm saying? It was a couple years after losing her husband, and she said she went in for some prayers and she came out with some good D, and they said she never stopped.
So what's the problem?
Boy, pastor was D'ing it down before every church service.
The pastor was giving her what she needed. She lost her husband. She lost the man who was supposed to be giving her the D, and she found it at the people church, bro.
What?
Ain't that what it's about?
Don't forget, she was charging him up for his prayer, his sermon.
Every service.
He gave her what she needed, and she gave him what he needed to get that word out.
She got that spot before every church service locked off. Not even his wife could come back. You know what I'm saying? She had that slide off, locked away. Nobody interrupt for this 20 minutes before church service. Yo, she said nobody could come back there. Pastor was laying it down. She was like, she kept going back.
At that point, it's a ritual. Why not?
So
I can repent. I can make up for this. I can still give the word and be a good person and inspire others. But I can repent. That's what Christianity is all about.
That's not what Christianity is about.
What?
Yeah.
At the end of my days, for all the wrong I do, if I repent, I'm in heaven. I'm getting to heaven. That's the word.
You gotta let go of the ways, so you can't
I've been
twist the words.
it down every service. At the end of my days, if I say, I'm sorry, Jesus, forgive me, I'm in heaven.
It don't work like that, guys. It don't fully work like that.
What?
It don't fully work like that.
Well,
yes, I get your point. I do get your point. I get your point.
These pastors are living in a matrix. I don't care what you say, and it's working out for them perfectly.
How do we know? We gotta wait till the end of times to know.
There's no such
We do, but remember what that one pastor said: if you get to heaven and I am not there, you are in hell.
Yeah, because we definitely seen a lot of these big pastors where they preach something and they go do something else, and you're like, you know what I'm saying? They repent. You know what I'm saying? You could repent. So, and that's what it says, for
the love.
Yeah, he died on the cross for our sins. And, if you plead the word of God, he should. So I understand where they're coming from. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not the conveyor of who sins. We just bring it to you. We don't judge. We leave that to God. You know what I'm saying?
I judge. Yep.
No, I'm not judging people.
I gotta throw one out there every once in a while. I judge every once in a while. Not all the time, but there's times I'll be like, yep, you should have stayed in school.
That's different. What I'm talking about, people in their life, where they gonna go to heaven or hell. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking
about them too.
Yeah, I can say
come
like,
look over the casket and be like, you hideous mother.
Yep, you're going to hell.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Come on, man. You gonna tell me he gonna get away and I can't get away with it? While he busting down bras before the sermon? Like, what do they have? Like, it's no adultery in the church.
Yeah.
Right? You think about it. That's one of the 10 commandments. You breaking that every sermon.
But if you repent, it don't matter.
It does.
Yeah, but repenting is getting on your knees.
Pause.
No, she's getting on her knees.
She repenting a different way.
Yeah, it's a double repentance.
No,
kind of wild there, P. Whoa.
Well, yeah, boy, yeah. I ain't even gonna try to defend it. I understand what y'all saying. It gotta be saying that got her going back, because I know if that shit was bad, she wasn't going back. Trust me.
Nah.
The power of Christ is compelling her.
Yeah, for real.
All right, let's finish this one.
What did they say? Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Woo! All right, I'm gonna switch this one. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Big story. Oklahoma City police are investigating after a 14-year-old girl turned up pregnant with twins.
She's allegedly being used as a surrogate. News 4's Abigail Franklin is on Crime Watch with more. Abigail.
Well, Heather, Kevin, the court documents say the victim in this case has not revealed how she became pregnant, but police and Child Protective Services talked with her mother, and that interview revealed something pretty disturbing details.
It's a stunning claim. A mother tells police her daughter wanted siblings, and the solution was for that daughter to be a surrogate mom. The investigation began last December. Oklahoma City responded to a possible sexual assault of a 14-year-old at an apartment complex near North Penn and Northwest 122nd. A referral from Child Protective Services indicated the teen was pregnant with twins. The father, possibly her mother's 36-year-old boyfriend. The mother reportedly told police her daughter desperately wanted additional siblings, and she wanted children with her current boyfriend, but couldn't since her tubes were tied. The documents say the mother denied allowing her boyfriend to impregnate her daughter, but police obtained a search warrant in order to collect DNA from the man to determine paternity. The teen, now 15, is due later this year. While waiting for those results, neither the mother or the boyfriend have been arrested, and the teen is now in protective custody.
Court documents say another child was also taken from the mother. The mother has left the state, and the boyfriend's location is unknown.
Something out of a movie.
This one was hard for me to hear, man. But I can't. This one, I gotta play it safe because even though no one was arrested, based on that, based on no arrest happened, I don't know. That's weird as hell, bro.
What's the age in what is that, Oklahoma?
Mm-hmm.
What's Oklahoma? And damn sure ain't 14.
Yeah, no, that's. I understand what they were trying to accomplish, but they didn't.
Age of consent is 16. 16.
Because in their head, they had it a certain way, but she's underage.
No, it was the daughter's decision. It wasn't the mother's.
Right, but the daughter's not old enough to make that smart decision.
She's not old enough to consent, and that man nasty for even doing all that.
No, but what I was going to say
of age, like 18 or whatever. I don't know what the age is. Could be 17, could be 16.
It's 16 in Oklahoma.
16? Okay, so right. So if she was 16 and she said yeah, then yeah, it'll be okay. He didn't like grape her or anything like that.
No, but you got to remember the mother said no. The mother said no to that. The mother said, so she said she wanted more siblings.
Yeah,
right. But she couldn't provide it because her tubes were tied. And the mother also said no to the boyfriend having any kind of intimacy with her. So the mother said no, but she wanted. But so she still ended up pregnant. So the whole thing is, I kind of get that whole scenario, right? So I think the mother did what she was supposed to do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it seemed like this all happened behind her back.
Kinda. So you know what I'm trying to say? I don't want to.
Let me ask you this real quick. She said she wanted more siblings. So if she is now the mother, are those kids aren't her siblings anymore. Those are kids.
Exactly, they're not. And that's what I was going to break down that logic. They said they explained that. They explained that. It becomes the mother's sister, the mother brother, not the mother's, you know what I'm saying?
So when you hear these horror stories,
I said that wrong.
No, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
So basically, her kids, but that's the mother's boyfriend. That's not her father.
Yeah, it's not her father.
Right. So basically, if you look at it, it's kind of a clean break because the mother and him doesn't have any kids together.
Yeah. So it's not her father.
Her daughter.
It would never be her
right,
sister.
Right.
Yeah.
So the kids are with her daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
The baby would be her brother, but it ain't the same father.
Oh,
so it's just a whole different. It's just a whole different. What you call it? It's nothing. It's never going to be her sibling.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, like back in the day, especially down south, if a woman got pregnant very young, they ended up, sending the kid off, and then eventually they would end up raising that child as their sibling when they would come back. It was very common in the South.
I'm surprised
they're trying to do the same thing here.
I'm surprised the boyfriend didn't get arrested.
He should have. I don't know why they didn't.
Yeah.
Once that DNA come back, because now his whereabouts are unknown. He knew what he did was wrong.
Not necessarily. It's just probably the backlash of the news of people. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you busting down a 14-year-old chick and you 36.
Clearly on the age, so that's reckless endangerment.
Yeah,
That's,
you know what I'm saying? So
everything when it comes to child endangerment.
Yeah.
So everybody left because of the media thing.
It didn't sound like they were looking for him though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was no arrest.
No.
So if trust me, if he was busting it down, and I hope he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I hope he wasn't, because I think that's rounded on for me. And
They use a turkey baster.
Damn, that's even fucking worse.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure those turkey baster was used.
But you still were supplying the supplies. Like, that's wild.
Yeah. So I'm assuming the mother's like, no, I'm not okay with
regardless.
this.
Because it's like this. What if she took that junk out of the condom and just did that shit? He guilty regardless.
Yeah.
I seen that happen with a a lady did that. That's how she got pregnant. The dude left the package at the house. And
my God. I had a clip that I was supposed to bring you. It was a clip of a girl who kept her boyfriend's semen and was looking for somebody who was looking for that. And she wanted him to use it and then take him for child support.
Yep.
And
I seen that.
Yeah, I was supposed to bring it on too.
I seen it was a young kid. It was a young kid, and she was an old lady. It was a big age difference. He was like 25, and she was like,
no, this one was a young girl.
Oh, it was a
she
young girl?
had her boyfriend's stuff, and she was looking for somebody that wants to have kids that need sperm.
Yeah.
And she was going to give it to her with the boyfriend's information. Well, the ex now, and when the baby come through, take him for child support.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was like, what is going on? Like,
So that's a crime now.
It better be.
It's called sperm jacking. That's what it's called. It's called sperm jacking.
Man.
No, that's what it's called. Like,
I believe you. I still gotta say that.
That's gonna be my next podcast, sperm jacking.
yeah. So once so they have a whole bunch of people like that. So this one was a young dude. He was busting it down, and he used to leave it over there. And she got pregnant. She had the baby, and she ain't even tell him. He was like, "Yo, but I never did. He took her to court, and he won. He ended up being in the baby's life, But he said, "Yo, it was a lady. She was a store manager, yo. Yeah. She was a store manager, and she did this.
You know what Drake used to do?
Put the hot sauce in it.
Yep. Yeah. Put it right out in the condom after.
And tie it. Oh, Lord.
Yep.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yo, we live in a crazy world, man.
You gotta protect yourself.
There's nothing you can tell me that I won't believe is true. You can tell me anything. I'll be like, yep, I believe that.
Trust me. So and like now, like back in the days, we never even think about that. Boy, you finish, you move on. You know what I'm saying? Clink, clink, trash, on. Now it's like, I forgot this. Let's go.
Yeah. Take it with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that is. And now it's just, and then the thing is, you got to wonder too, because if she's 14 years old, she can't take care of herself. She about to have twins.
Yeah.
At 14, the mother's gonna have to be in her life, and then her and the mother probably at already, because I'm sure the mother was against all this.
So even that is like, now you got to be concerned about your daughter and concerned about your daughter being attractive to whoever now that you have in your life. Now you always got to be concerned about your daughter being attracted to the love of your life. You know what I'm trying to say?
She got 2 kids to raise.
But
I
you're missing
heard
my
the mother ain't
point,
living
though.
together no more.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
That-
Because
that's
you said the
done.
mother help. The mother got to help. You know what I'm saying?
No, they took the kid. The kid is in protective custody.
Right. But if the mother, what I'm saying, if they were to get back around,
I don't see that. I don't see that coming back together.
I get you.
But you know what though? It's at the same time though, I don't think the mother did anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because if what you said is true, when they said the girl is the one who wanted that, like how did that conversation even come up? That you're 14 and talking to your boy.
But it got young girls like that though. It got
yeah,
young
but you're
like
14 and talking to your mother's boyfriend about wanting more siblings, and I'm gonna put it out. What?
No, it got young girls like that where it got young girls they want to have
matter.
kids. No, I agree, but we're just saying that obvious. There are girls like that where they got a group of girls like that where they want to have kids. They want to have their own kids so bad. They would, you know what I'm saying? They would do certain
stuff. But why would you go after your mother's boyfriend?
Right, and that's what the crazy thing was, and that's why I thought that joke was left field, bro.
Yo, it's like the episode where the girl was sniffing her dad's underwear.
Exactly. Update on that. Let me do the update on that one. I think it was what you call it. It was, that's what they do. They come up with skits like that because they brought it to court. The same episode, they brought it to like one of those family shows, and they pay them like $5,000. So they come up with crazy claims like that. I think, and what they was trying to say, I think it's fake, but they actually father and daughter, but they did that skit. Well, they committed to that mother. You know what I'm saying? They committed to it.
They messing up the show now.
Yeah, they brought
My
it to
Strange
court.
Addiction. My Strange Addiction, right?
Yeah.
And that was fake?
It was fake because they brought it to court. They actually brought it to court, and people were saying they think it's fake because to kind of go on a show like that, admit all of that stuff. I think that I seen a follow-up video like that, and I was like, damn, YouTube did not push that shit. YouTube did not push that. Thanks to all the subscribers that pushed that video. I just put it on unlisted, but YouTube did not push it. It was like at probably like 10 views. It probably got 1 view per day. YouTube was like, nope, I'm not touching this nonsense. I think it got all the way up to like probably 2,000 views, but that was mostly to the subscribers. But yeah, YouTube wasn't touching it, man. They weren't touching it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So we're going to close right there. I think we're going to close right there. Any final thoughts, guys?
Hey, World War III is probably hovering all around us. So if y'all got anybody overseas, pray for y'all family. You know, we got family in the military. Hopefully everybody stay safe.
Yep.
I mean, what else, man? It's like we got to pray for each other, help each other out. You see your neighbor down, they need a little help. Go help your neighbors, you know. Don't always be upset with that Karen, because sometimes that Karen can help people from being in the neighborhood that don't belong. You know, I always say that, man. Everybody serve their purpose. Big up to everybody in the chat. You know, we got Gavin in the chat. He went to bed already. You know, a few more people in the chat. Big up to y'all. What's today? Tuesday, Thursday?
Tuesday.
We're going to see y'all again Thursday. Make sure y'all like the video, help get it out to more people so they can enjoy it just the way you did. And I'm here for it, man.
Cool. Brandon?
I would like everybody to just keep an open mind, no matter what it may be, whether you talking to somebody that don't believe in things that you believe, don't believe in anything. Keep an open mind. You never know what you could open people up to. You never know how they could change your life, no matter what it is they believe in. So,
thanks.
Be open.
Cool. So,
Hey,
I'm gonna lay it out. Huh?
I was gonna say, be open like the women in the church.
So I'm gonna close this one by saying thanks to all the servicemen and women out there protecting this country. We appreciate you, America first, because when I seen that lady land, yo, that made my day. I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? She was flying that plane. So it got those airwomen out there, all of the, you know what I'm saying, all of the military, all the service people. Thank y'all for y'all service. Stay safe. Thank you for protecting America. And with that, for the show, we here Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're looking for more people to join the panel. So definitely hit us up if you like to join the panel. And that's it, folks. We're out. Hit the QR code at the top of the screen. It brings you to all the links. There you go. We're out. Peace.
We'll see you Thursday.
Thursday.